South of the Altai Mountains and Lake Baikal, the Mongols roamed the steppes. They raised livestock and hunted. They were highly dependent on the Tatar Dinu people, who at that time ruled over northern China. But in the second half of the 19th century, this wild people grew so strong that they began to impose their will on neighboring tribes. The Mongol Khan Yesekai Bahadur passed away at a relatively young age, leaving approximately 40,000 families under his rule to his 13-year-old son, Temujin. After Bahadur's death, many of his subjects, who had previously shown loyalty, refused to pay tribute. Gathering 30,000 warriors, Temujin defeated the rebels and had the main instigators of the uprising boiled alive in 70 cauldrons. Then a holy hermit came to the Mongol camp near Kamur and said that God was giving all the land to Temujin. And now, the ruler of the world must bear the name Genghis Khan, or the Great Khan. Gathering his great army on the riverbank, Temujin solemnly drank its water and swore to share both joys and hardships with his warriors. By his own will, or under the threat of death, all of the leaders of the Mongol and Tatar hordes eventually submitted to him. The Kyrgyz people of southern Siberia became loyal subjects of Genghis Khan, as did the highly educated Uyghurs who were living on the border region of Little Bukharia. Even the king of Tibet formally recognized the supreme authority of the Khan as his sovereign ruler. The Khan of the Karaites, who dared to raise his sword against him, lost his head, and its skull, set in silver, served as a reminder to the subjects of the Khan's wrath and torment. Having achieved such greatness, Genghis Khan refused to recognize the supremacy of the monarch of northern China or to pay him tribute. Mocking the mighty ruler, he started a war. The Great Wall of China did not stop the brave Mongols. They crossed it and conquered 90 cities, defeating a huge enemy army. They killed many elderly prisoners as useless. The monarch in northern China was defeated. He tried to stop the bloodshed on his land. He gave Genghis Khan 500 beautiful girls and just as many eunuchs, 3,000 horses, and countless amounts of silk and gold. But Genghis Khan invaded China a second time and took its capital, Babla. But the desperate resistance of the inhabitants did not save Kila. The Mongols set fire to the imperial palace, which burned for about a month. The ruthless victors found much loot in the city of Beijing, as well as a wise and insightful man named Yellow Chukai. Yellow Chukai, who was a relative of the last Chinese emperors, soon earned the deep love and trust of Genghis Khan, and through his wisdom, he managed to save millions of innocent people from death. Leaving behind a strong army in China, Genghis Khan then set out westward, and this decision ultimately turned into a terrible disaster for the people of Rus.